And in this next one, you've got Rafael Ramos Estevam versus Joao Elias, two guys with really good records. Ramos is 10-0, Elias is 17-3, so you know that this is going to be a very high level fight, and it will be a great fight. I'm really am expecting a scrap out of these two here. Joao Elias, this guy really takes one to give one, man. This guy takes a lot of punishment in his fights, but he dishes out more punishments. But you have seen a very well-rounded skill set out of Elias as well. He does have good grappling, he does have good striking as well, but he's going to be the smaller man in the matchup here. I actually am going to be siding with Rafael Ramos in this matchup here. He's a lot less experienced. He is a little bit younger, but he is 10-0. I do like the glossy 10-0 record, but it is very important to kind of watch the fights and see the style. But both of these guys, man, I think we're going to see a really good scrap. I think it's going to be a brilliant fight. I think that Ramos, though, on the feet, he's really going to try and keep Elias away from him. Elias is a much smaller fighter here. He's 5'3" compared to Ramos, who is 5'7", and that is somewhat significant at flyweight at 125, where the size of the guys is just smaller in general, and maybe Estevam can utilize his size and win on the feet that way, as we were trying to get to. I think he's going to be a little bit stronger as well. I think that he probably is the better grappler, or the grappler that's more likely to get a finish. We have seen Elias submitted before in his career, which isn't always the best sign, but I mean, he recently just defeated a 7-0 guy, 7-1, 3-3, which is a bit iffy, 5-0, and I mean, at the time he would have been like 5-0 himself as well, so that's a pretty good win. He hasn't been fighting too often, he's not super active, which you don't really love to see. Well, I don't really love to see, but he's a young guy, you know, he can afford to take these times off and make improvements. Elias is a lot more active. He's fought 5 times in the last couple of years, and he's on a pretty good win streak over some pretty good competition, but I really do like Rafael Ramos in this one here. I'm expecting a war. I'm expecting a scrap. Elias is not going to be an easy guy to put away. This guy does take a lot of punishments in his fights. Sorry. And I think that Ramos is probably going to pick away at him. I'm expecting the fight to go the distance. I don't think either guy are going to get finished here, which is a little bit of an interesting prediction, because a lot of these guys have a lot of finishes on their record. Ramos, if my topology decides to load, really ruined my momentum topology. Elias has 5 wins by decision, 11 wins by submission, 1 by KO, so not many decision wins there. And Ramos, as we go up, where he has 4 wins by decision, 3 by submission, 3 by KO. I think it's gonna be a great scrap. I think it might go the distance. I think it's gonna be competitive as well. But it's gonna be a good scrap. You may not get a finish out of these two, but it's gonna be scrappy. It's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be an awesome fight, and I'm gonna be siding with Ramos Estevam to remain undefeated in this matchup.